Breaking news. This is happening live in Abuja. Despite the militaries, that the soldiers that were deployed, despite the threat, despite the messages, Sowore and other of the members who were willing to march with him in this protest were able to still march forward against Tinubu's incompetence in handling insecurity and his obvious inability to rescue those children, those people that have been adopted into the bush or in just areas or Oyo. Currently, the news at hand is so, let me say, it's so circulating on social media about those or your children, those pupils that were taken into the bush. So Warrior stated that despite all the threatening messages coming from the government, they were still able to march forward to face our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Based on his incompetence, allegedly, this statement is coming from Sowore, not me. So that's what the news headline has. Protesters defy security presence in Abuja, demand action on the people that have been adopted by the unknown gunmen. So what would you do if school children were adopted and there's up to weeks, it's going from days to weeks, is moving. Later, there is still no news that they have been released or if they are safe, or nobody knows the whereabouts of those children. So the question brought protesters onto the streets of Abuja. People are angry, where tensions rose as demonstrations. Demonstrators as well confronted a heavy security presence while voicing their frustrations over Nigerians' growing insecurity crisis. Like, people are not happy with what is happening. This group of protesters in Abuja has taken it to the street to express anger over the worsening security situation in the country. So particularly the recurring incident of school children being spied on daily basis, being taken away by some criminal groups. According to participants in demonstrations, the protest went ahead despite what they described as threats and a significant deployment of security personnel, including soldiers. So demonstrators also accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration of failing to adequately address the insecurity that continues to affect the life of people and many parts of Nigeria. And if you're living in Nigeria, of course, you always hear what is going on. They argue that the government must surely take stronger and most effective measures. So these protesters demand that the government must take adequate measures to protect the citizens, especially vulnerable children attending school. Guys, I was recording a video and they took the light, so you guys should just bear with me and hear the information. As they marched through the parts of capital city, that's Abuja, the protesters carried some placards and they were chanting that Tinubu must leave the seat. They demanded urgent attention from the federal government. Like, this was their slogan. Their message was very direct. Like, the government must prioritize the rescue of the adopted children and strengthen security, the operations of security to prevent future adoption of people. Like, the buying of people and the ransom they are demanding has remained one of the most Nigerians' troubling security challenges ever experienced in the recent years, from village to highways to schools to communities to churches to armed groups. Like, these armed groups have reportedly targeted civilians, creating fear among families, creating disruption in education, and even affected areas. So many parents, every report of another incident have always taken place. The adoption show more needs to be for securities to be tight. At least they argue that the government officials must be held accountable when citizens feel unsafe, because it is the duty of the government to protect the citizens. Supporters of the government point out that security challenges in Nigeria did not begin with the current administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So where did it begin? They are simply saying it has already started long ago. Like, they also noted that security agencies have even carried out numerous operations against the criminal gangs, like all those criminal armed groups, and even the people adopting civilians. Like across the regions of the country, government officials have reportedly stated that efforts are ongoing to improve intelligence gathering, strengthen military operations, and even secure vulnerable communities. Yet, for many Nigerians, progress is measured not by promises but by results. So, this is what is happening in the country. Despite the security deployment, this demonstration remained focused on its central demand, which is the safe rescue of the adopted children and even stronger government action against insecurity. That is what Sowore is fighting against, insecurity in the country as it stands. And also, he's demanding the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm just going to allow you guys to tell me what you think in the comment section. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video to others, and come back for more.